All right, so if you arrive late, please do later. Do the Formula Friday quiz. After your submission, copy the answers in your book which you didn't get correct, okay? So let's go further, guys. So today we are just going to use a couple of exam questions to work out combined GCSE questions, okay? Oh, okay, Owen. Next time. So, guys, listen up. So, I want you to write down in your book GCSE, and is a calculator question. What you can do, you can put just paper two, because now you know from if I wake you up from your sleeping that paper two is calculator one. Okay, and I want to sketch this in your book, this question, and you can see this question is worth for 3 marks. I'm going to help you to go through with this one. Okay, and after some, what we will do, we have few questions which I'm going to do with you in a way like I will ask your question and you will tell me the answer. Okay, and I want you to unmute your microphone, not write in the messages because it takes ages when you type up and I'm reading it. Okay, Holly, we just will start. Just write that in your book GCSE paper 2 and copy this diagram. Okay, all right. So, and I just was mentioning that from now on, I would like you to guys talk. As you know, I'm not recording your voice because I'm using headphone. It's recording only my voice. Okay, so copy in your book this diagram, and you can start to think of it. How would you work out this question? So right then, GCSE. You can put on the side. This is EG1. Okay, because we do together. And I want to see paper too. So you know you can use calculator and copy the diagram. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize it. It's Friday, guys. Sorry, what I was saying. Just please write down in your book EG1 GCSE paper 2 and copy this diagram in your book, please. And I just was saying that this one I'm going to show you how to work it out. And after the next questions, what are we going to do? I'm going to ask you to help me and work together. And as I said, I'm recording it, but remember your voice won't be recorded because I'm using headphone. Okay, so can we start to work on it? Did you manage to copy roughly that diagram? Doesn't need to be accurate. Okay, perfect. So let's start to it. So these kind of questions, so what you need to do here, you can see instead they gave you numbers saying this is 120 degrees, this is 50 degrees or whatever, or 160. They gave you that this is 4x, this is 5x. So we don't know, but we can see based on the number in front that this one will be a larger x, a larger angle. Okay. Now the first thing what you need to spot, okay, that this is about angles around the point. So the first thing what you do here, this last part of the arch of the angle, and you write down angles around the point. So this is step one, around the point. add up to, and I want to hear the answer from Katie. Add up to how many degrees? Please unmute your mic and just quickly shout out the answer. Amazing, well done, 360 degrees, perfect. So now what we do, we know the second part is that this sign is, so the second part, what does it mean? How many degrees is this one? I want to hear Holly shout out the answer quickly, shout in the microphone. What this sign means, how many degrees is this? What kind of angle is this? Use your mic, Holly, just quickly. If you don't know, you can say don't know, okay? Remember, you can say it. I just want to hear your voice. You tell me what is this. Holly, you here? We lost Holly. Yes, Ria. Oh, Holly is here. Okay, Holly. So, question is, this angle here, this sign, what kind of angle is this? Just say it loud. Don't use chat because it's too long. Amazing, well done. And how many degrees? Do you remember? How many degrees the right angle? Yes, amazing, perfect, 90 degrees. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to use all this knowledge. So we know those three will add up to 360. And we know this one is 90 degrees. So the first thing is you have to write down 360 degrees, take away 90 degrees, which gives us, and you can use calculator if you don't want to think of it, but I'm sure all of you know is 270 degrees. Okay, and now what we do, so this is when you get your first mark. Okay, so this is your first mark. I put a tick here. The second mark is going to be that you write down these two angles together, 4x angle plus the 5x angle. 4 at 5 is 9. 9x. We don't know how big is it yet. This is your second mark. And now what we know, these 9 together should be 270 because all together is 360. Okay, and we take away this 90, so the leftover 270 is divided in between these two. And if we know 270 degrees equal 9x degrees is like a simple equation, solving equation. Okay, so if x goes in the function machine, I times it by 9 and comes out 270. What I'm doing, I'm going backwards, 270. Now I divide by 9. It gives me 30 degrees. So we know the value of 1x because they ask 1x. They don't ask you how much is it this and how much is that. They just ask you what is the value of 1x, which you've worked out is going to be 30 degrees. Okay, so your second mark is this part, the third mark is this part here. Okay, now it's not necessary to do it with the function machine. You can do, if you know, you can say here, oh, hold on, 270 degrees is 9. So 1 is going to be 270 divided by 9 is 30. It's perfect, okay? I just put it in function machine because this is what we got used to when we solve equations. Okay, so this is how you get your 3 marks for this question. Now, I want to see that you put down those 2 rules up on the top, which I've wrote down, which they didn't ask you to do it here because it doesn't say they need you to give a reason. Exactly, Ria, you find out what goes into 270. Okay, But now, because we are talking about, I want you to write down those two reasons here, okay? Otherwise, usually we don't do it, okay? So let's say I'm going to, so these two here is just a new knowledge for you or reminder knowledge, okay? Yes, Ria, your hands was up. No, no, it doesn't ask you. Can you see what is the question? I circled it for you. It was saying find the value of x. If he's asked you find the value of the angles, you need to do it. And in this case, it would be a 4-mark question. But in this question, this moment, they just ask you to find out what is the value of x. This is why it's really important that you highlight or circle to yourself what you need to answer for. And you know really well that that is already will be 1 mark, the final part. Is it clear? Okay, let me know if I can go further. So you can see this is why is angle combination rule, combined rules, because here we use two rules which we learned in a separate lessons. Okay, I'm going further, guys. Hopefully you finished to copy it down. Now this one we did already when we talked about angles in quadrilaterals yesterday, so we don't do this one. Now I have for you here 2 questions on the board, and I would like you to try to work on these questions. Okay, so the first one is verse 1 mark. You need to find an explanation, and the second one again give a reasoning. Okay, this is foundation paper 2 again, question 15, which means all of you should be able to answer. So write down in your book GCSE paper 2. Okay, now I don't want you, I don't need you to copy down here. Okay, is enough if you just actually here you write down June 2018 paper to question 15. So if one day you want to check it back, you can quickly Google it. Okay, so I just need you the 2 explanation, and I'm going to put next to it another question for you. Okay, so if you finish earlier, you can do it, but please make sure you don't check it now from a past paper. I want you to actually use your own knowledge. You can zoom in, but I can do it. I can try to make it a bit bigger for you. But it's up on Google Classroom as well. If it's too small, but we try to do, give me a second, okay? Let's see how much I can change it for you. Is it better, Libby? If you have any question, if you are not sure about something, just let me know, okay? So how we do this. So this is the basic, what usually you know, that you think is basically looks like a base. Now, if I have another one, let's give me a second. So I draw it here now, okay? So I draw it here, but now I turn it for you like this way, okay? And I say now this side and this side equal. At the end of that side, this angle, and the end of this side, this angle, they are equal. Can you see? Now, if I draw another one, and I turn it this way, okay, it almost looks like a not isosceles triangle, but still isosceles. I will put here on the right side so you can see it. Now, on this one, this side and this side equal, and the end of this side, this angle, at the end of this side, this angle are equal. Can you see? So it's not the base angles which are equal, they are the end of those equal sides. Okay, so if we check it, so they gave us so I'm just rubbing up to see it again clear. So what they gave you here, they gave you an idea saying this and this angle are equal. So she was right about that is an isosceles triangle, isn't it? She was right that angles on an isosceles triangle are equal. But she was doing what you know already as well, which is a general knowledge that people they think that the base angles are equal on the triangle, but it's not true because they end at the end. So now let's have a look. So this is one of the side, at the end is this one, isn't it? Of this side at the end is this one. So basically they said this is x, so this is x as well. So what would you say why she is wrong? Because x, how would you say it? Feel free to unmute your mic, Owen. Because that 62 is what? Um, yeah, angles add up to 180, but she's talking about that x equals 62. You need to think of that one because that is the fourth part of her statement. So you need to work with those numbers, what they gave you. So she told us that she thinks x is equal 62. This is a wrong choice because you can't see it. So you need to think of how would you justify to someone that why she's wrong, why she says x, why is x is not 62? What would you say? So we need to say 62 is not the equal angles because it's not at the end of the equal sides. This is why I wrote down for you this sentence. So you just use this partially saying 62 is not one of the equal angles at the end of the equal sides. Is it clear? Okay, good. Make sure you quickly sketch in your book when these three triangles here, when is the same, but is just basically twisted. Okay, so if you check it, this one and this one is really similar. Can you put yes in the chat box if you need help maybe with the second part of the question? Someone else joined us and didn't tell me. Harry, again, you joined us late and you didn't say anything. Hopefully. Okay, so can you send me in a chat box a message if you need help with the second part, or just carry on with another question on the right side? Now, little tip for you guys here. So the second part is a lot of blah 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 blah, and just you need to check what the question asks you to do. Okay, that is a typical question when they give you more information than what you need. Because he says one of May's reason is wrong, write down the correct one. So all other is just useless information. We don't need to use it. Okay, guys. So let's see. I would like you to tell me every single of you I'm going to listen to. Okay. So again, some of an interior angles of a polygon which is not regular. You can see the sides are not the same. N take away 2 times 180, and then n is how many sided that shape. So you work out the interior angles, then you read the questions, okay? So this is shows us this is the D angle is, and this is the E angle, okay? And it's twice, so we use the axis. And now what we do? We know all add up to 540, and they ask us you work out the size of angle EDC. So now we have to work out the angle this one. So put a question mark to yourself. This is what you need to work out. Okay. So let's say 540. Take away all those numbers I actually did for you already. So you take away all of them, and this gives you 180 degrees. And we know this 180 degrees is going to be the 3x together. Okay. Did you write down this part? So we know the 180 degrees is this three, this one and this one. Because we know this, we take away these three numbers. And what we do, if 3x is 180, 1x is going to be 60, isn't it? Because 180 divided by 3. Okie dokie, guys. So how did you earn? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one here, this working out is your fifth mark. Okay? When you finish to mark it, please upload your work. And period 5, we have interactive lesson when you will do your own work. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much and see you next week. Okay? Make sure you finish to copy this one, upload your work, and period 5 is interactive. But I will be in a chat if you need help. Okay? Bye, guys. Make sure you upload it. I'm checking it, okay?